Two boys, one podcast. Two boys, one podcast. Your movie connection. When it's time for reflecting, we make fun of each other. Then do film reviews. Winner or loser. Is this movie right for you? Nope, it sucks. Don't press your luck. You better listen to us. Two boys, one podcast.
We've managed to make Rob sick already.
What?
What do you mean, what? What?
Huh?
Huh?
Who?
And we're live!
Oh. Is this thing on?
I hope so. I guess I don't really care either way.
Be fun just to do it again.
Yeah.
We've only done that. Oh, excuse me. Twice? Once?
Where we
Once.
forgot to record?
Well, we had to redo the whole thing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I think twice. Once for sure. Maybe twice.
Was it 2 times?
Could have been.
Sorry. There's a frog in my throat.
Literally, the way that this episode's shaping up.
Yep.
So
It's
you
a
just
little illusion for you listeners.
you just got back from a little hitch. Can you tell me?
Yeah, it was just a little
and
one.
The,
little one.
And the fans out there, what a hitch is? Because you
Podcast
didn't
land?
get hitched. You just went on one.
Well, it's the thing on the back of a truck that you attach a trailer to. So I was just standing on one for 4 days.
Mm-hmm. That seems.
I'm a very heavy boy. I'm very muscly and thick-headed. So I just weigh a lot. I weigh a lot. So that's where I have to ride is on the hitch of a truck.
That's great. So three-quarter ton
Yep.
pulling you around then.
Yeah, it's a 3/4. I don't know how you knew.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a three-person team, right? You're led by Smokey, and then your travel companion is Johnny Appleseed.
Don't ever mention his name.
Smokey.
Don't ever mention his
Smokey.
name. Don't. Stop.
Smokey.
3 times and you summoned him. Hey everyone, this is Smokey the Bear. Hello.
How's Mae West doing, Smokey? I hear you've been keeping her warm.
Mae West, well, she's a little dirty for my taste, but she's doing well. Get this, I saw her boobies.
So, Smokey, you, by all accounts, you shit in the woods.
Oh, you bet your sweet little ass I do.
When Rob travels with you on a hitch,
Don't
where does he go?
Don't start forest fires. Have you started any?
Yeah, every chance I get.
Where does he go?
Everywhere.
What do you mean? He goes in a little baggie.
Okay.
And he sends it to you for the cup. I don't know what that means, but that's what he wanted me to say.
Great. Well, we appreciate your donations.
Sure, go fuck yourself.
Probably will.
Lucky? Hey, you want to do me a favor, pal?
I'm not sure.
Say my name 3 more times.
Smokey, Smokey, Smokey.
Okay, and it was weird. I seem to have blacked out for a second.
Yeah, I mean, it happens to everybody.
It happens to you?
No, but it happens to a lot of people I talk to.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Huh.
I assume it has something.
Seems like it could be a pretty serious neurological issue.
I mean,
Or maybe it is just you.
Who am I?
Could
Who
just
am I
be
to
you.
tell him? Who am I to say? I don't know.
Who are you to judge?
Yeah.
Are you judging him?
No.
You're probably judging him, too.
I mean, I only judge
I know
people
you.
if I bring
I
my own
know
hammer.
you.
If I have a
I know
hammer
you.
along, you got to watch out.
Use a hammer? What?
Yeah.
I assume you're alluding to a gavel.
No, I use a hammer.
Use a hammer. They should.
I'm not a
Maybe
judge.
that's what they're doing. Maybe
I'm not
maybe
a
all
judge,
those
but I will
judges.
pass
Maybe all
judgment.
those. Okay. Well, you shouldn't do that.
I
you
think
think that all those-
that courtrooms would be a lot more serious if they had a little sledgehammer up there. You know?
It's just like order in the court.
Yeah.
Smashes the fucking whatever
Yeah.
the hell that is.
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, I think that would get people's attention.
Well, that one would make more of a. Yeah, you're not kidding.
I mean, it's all about making an entrance.
How about this? Maybe those. What do you call that? What's a judge sit behind? Podium.
Yeah, I think it's a form of a podium.
Lectern.
And
What if it's not? What if it's not finished and he's always just like hammering in that last nail? Bang,
I mean,
bang, bang.
that is how you finish finishing nails is with the sledgehammer.
Yeah. Well, maybe they're carpenters too.
I mean, I would assume that they have a second job, all of them. So it would make sense if it was carpentry.
Just like the old J-Man.
Yeah.
I heard How come there's no stories in the Bible about him building any chairs or houses or anything? What's up with that?
I would like it if there were some stories in the Bible about him running a small business because
yeah, right. Keeping employees, but they're hard to find because it's so hot and nobody wants to build a house in the middle of the desert.
Paying those people the same wage that show up at the end of the day, that show up at the beginning. I want to know who shows up the next day. Yeah, that's what I want to know.
Good work, the apostles.
Right. Leaving the hard work and small businesses out of it entirely.
Boy,
who knows?
I wonder what they got taxed back then over there in Israel.
Those damn Romans.
35%. Whew, I don't even want to think about
What have the Romans ever done for us? The aqueduct.
They taxed my small business, my small carpentry business.
Yep.
Ran it to the ground. Big government.
The irony of it all is he was probably commissioned at some point to make some of those crosses.
Oof.
That's foreshadowing.
Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, I'm looking through the Bible appendix here. Oh, yeah. He made 35% of the crucifixes there in Jerusalem. Huh. Weird.
Yeah, there you go. It's nice that I kept track of that.
Yeah, it is. It is very nice. There's a footnote, excuse me.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah. A hitch is where I go in the woods for several days camping to do, stuff. I do stuff out there.
Sure. Do you make paper out there?
I use paper.
You use paper. All right. So of the stuff that you do, making paper is not part of that.
No, sure not.
Okay. Do you
it's a dime a dozen.
Do you build tables?
Mostly crucifixes, mostly.
Okay. I mean that does narrow it down a little bit.
Yeah.
We're very concerned. Ask you to use one of those personally?
Well, we're very concerned about any sort of like dragon queens coming through and freeing a bunch of slaves and then crucifying all the masters. So just in case something like that or someone like a dragon queen should come through, we need to have those posted and ready. So she does, because we don't want her to go through any extra work. Yeah,
I mean, I don't think that you're in any trouble. You shouldn't be concerned about that. There's no threat of a dragon queen coming through.
You don't think so? That's not what
I don't think so.
The rumblings around here.
Well, I mean,
different, but
I know there were a lot of expectations.
Yeah.
But I think those rumblings have subsided in the last 3 months. She's just gonna.
Well, we don't have much communication with the outside world here. Quiet life of death.
Yeah.
Oh, did she meet the sweet release only death could bring?
Yeah, sooner for her than for us. That chariot swung low to carry her home, and the chariot was her dragon.
Cool.
Yeah, it was less than cool, but fine.
Boy, that sounds like a great ending to a really popular TV show.
Doesn't even sound like a great ending to taking a dump.
You don't think so?
No.
Getting carried away by a dragon? That sounds pretty good after taking a dump. If you ask me.
Nah, I'm over it. Did you try my s'more idea the other night?
Yeah, I did. It was good.
Was it? Good. Awesome.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You want to share the recipe with the
baby marshmallows, little chocolate chips, waffle cones, tin foil. That's the recipe. That's how you make s'mores.
Then you just
you layer it.
Tin foil.
You layer it. You wrap it in tin foil, and you lay it on an open flame.
And then what?
And then Smokey comes and yells at you, and then you.
No, don't say it 2 more times. Don't do it. Do not say it 2 more times. Do not.
And then.
Please do not.
And then you share it with your friends. That's all.
It was pretty good. I used vanilla chips. It was much better than chocolate, because chocolate is disgusting, as we all know.
Man, there's something in the water out there.
Yeah, I might have a parasite or something.
At least one.
I wouldn't be surprised.
At least one.
That's fine.
They seem to be going around.
Symbiotic.
Sure. I mean, if you get one, the story usually ends well for you.
Yeah, I've never heard of a story where it didn't.
You never walk alone. That's what I hear if you have a symbiote.
You never walk alone.
Yep.
Do your Venom voice. Let's hear it.
Venom.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, I was just kidding. Pretty bad.
Yeah, I know.
Speaking of past things, I know we're not speaking of that necessarily, but did you just have a birthday here since we last podcasted?
Since we last podcasted, I did.
You did? How old did you turn?
35.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
You're on the bad end now, huh?
I feel like I was on the bad end the day I was born.
Yeah, I think pretty much the day you're born. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we might be a little too depressing for people. You ever think that?
I don't feel like we are happier than other people. So I guess we could be too depressing.
I think that's
for
definitely probably pretty true. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Pretty safe with that assessment.
Oh. Well, there was someone that wanted to talk to you because of your birthday.
Great.
I think she's on the line here.
Yeah, great.
Ring,
Just let it ring.
Ring, ring. Oh, really? You're going to let it go to voicemail?
Yeah.
Ring, ring. Ring, ring. Hi, you've reached the voicemail of Zeke Hansen. Please leave a message after the beep. Beep. Oh, hello there. Is this, Johnny? Well, I heard you had a birthday, and I just wanted to say, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mr. President. Happy birthday to you. I love you, Jack. Click.
Well, that was nice of her to call and leave a message like that. She called last year. Yeah.
I think it was 2 years ago. I think she missed you last year.
She might have missed me last year. That was great.
Not sure.
Last year she was busy with chairman of the board, I think. So.
Yeah. Well, Chappaquiddick movie was coming out, so she was
she was
pretty concerned with it. She
yeah.
was worried about her lover's brother.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah. Yep. Bad memories for
Yeah, brought back a lot. That's a good valid concern for her. It's only she didn't end up much better. She just didn't drown.
No, it's true.
Bottom of a river.
It's true. Yeah, those Kennedys, huh?
Yeah, and yet they're still raking it in.
Still some of them left too.
Yep.
They're dying in plane crashes and assassinations.
Seems like the only time you hear about them.
Getting lobotomized.
Yeah. Seems like the only time you hear about them, they're
Cancer.
dying, and yet there's still more out there. Like rabbits.
These Kennedys.
Yeah. Can't live with them, can't live without them, evidently.
We need to get another one of those to run for president, I think.
Well, I think there's good.
Nothing bad ever happens to them when
Chapstick Aquiddick, he gave a speech earlier this year.
Oh, did he?
Or earlier last year. Yeah, he was the Democratic delegate that spoke after the midterm. So last year he had most of his face covered in chapstick and glowed.
Oh, I remember hearing about that.
Yeah.
Joe
the Third, I think is his name.
Look good for the camera.
Yeah, get that sheen.
Is he JFK and Bobby's brother, or is he a nephew or a cousin?
Joe the First was a brother. This guy is Bobby's son, I think. Named after
Bobby's son.
Yeah, I believe so.
I don't think I'd ever name it. I wouldn't name my kid after my brother. I don't have a brother, but I wouldn't do
Joe was the heir apparent, but he was shot down in World War II.
Yeah.
Okay. So if he hadn't been, it would have been him that the family relied on rather than Jack.
So that's 2 plane crashes. Boy.
Yeah. 2 plane crashes, 2 assassinations. Bad
cancer. I think there was a cancer. Didn't somebody get the lobotomy? We can't forget the lobotomy.
Right. Which I think was done at home.
Yeah, I don't know if it was done at home, but it was definitely they had it done on the poor.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like a great thing to do, but
no.
Can't win them all, but they certainly try.
God bless them for it.
Everyone. Yeah.
Everyone.
So, well, should we transition?
It's been 14 minutes 53 seconds. Are we already getting into it?
Let's get into it.
Let's be
efficient.
Back to our. Okay, all right.
Do you hear something fluttering through the woods out in your hitch?
Yeah. It went a little something like this. Zeke weak. Zeke weak. Zeke weak. Zeke weak. Zeke weak. Little throwback to the
good old days.
You remember?
I remember.
Remember how it used to be that way? Okay.
Yep. That's good. I do. It was like 3 years ago. 3 years ago?
Yeah, it really has been like 3 years, hasn't it?
I think it's been 2.
It's like 2.5. It was Easter. It was right around Easter. It would have been the year before last.
Yep.
Okay. So, yeah, long 2.
Little long in the tooth, are we?
What is this, number 41?
41.
Holy cow. Look at us.
Yeah, this is 41. 41 official. I mean, we've got some specials in there we don't count.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Of
course.
Yeah. I mean, okay. We'll be taking over Mark Maron's spot in pod history.
I mean,
if
I know anything about
what the fuck,
you and I, it's that we only have good things coming down the road. So,
yeah, it's true. It's true.
Nothing but good things. It's going to be great. I wake up every morning excited to see what happens.
But it's the best, isn't it? You just open your eyes and say, all right, another day.
Yep.
Another day.
Yep. Big smile on my face.
Cool.
I don't even roll out of bed. I pop up ready for the day.
Just ready to go.
Right at him. Get him. Go get him. Go get him.
And then we do.
Tiger. Yep. All we do is win.
Yeah. I mean, it's the best.
Yep. All right. Well, that was great.
Zeke. Yeah, that was good to commiserate with somebody.
Yep.
So this week, some weird, wild stuff.
Some shenanigans happened.
Some weird, wild stuff. It's our first time. This never happens to us. Zeke, go ahead.
Well, we've seen some shit, right? I mean, Granada, man. We've seen some shit, and never before have we run into a situation where a film, let alone a film that stars 3 famous people, by all accounts, does not exist today. They've done a good job of burying it.
Yep,
so Ruby Cairo, that later became Deception, which we connected Liam Neeson to, we were unable to find from Darkman. We were unable to find anywhere. No. Literally anywhere.
Could not find it in retail stores, secondhand stores. Couldn't find it online, at least not in an English language or a non-virus site.
Right. So we backtracked a little bit, and we went back to the agreement that we had.
We pulled an audible.
We pulled an audible since we had the standing agreement that through Jenny Agutter, we could connect to Freddie as F.R.O.7 from Darkman.
Yes.
She played the Burn Doctor.
We poking and prodding that poor son of a bitch.
Yeah, we
no remorse.
We connected to Freddie as F.R.O.7, which we found easily. So the 1992 film.
Yeah. Okay, I got the synopsi. That old creature that Odysseus had to fight. Synopsi.
The fabled critter.
All right. The story, oh boy, it's a long one. The story about a man-sized frog named Prince Frederick who is turned into a frog by his wicked aunt Messina and hired by British intelligence to solve the mysterious disappearance of some of Britain's greatest monuments. Several hundred years later, Freddie is now living in modern-day Paris, a 6-foot-tall amphibian with the moniker Secret Agent F.R.O.7. Messina, too, is still around causing mischief, joining forces with an arch-villain named El Supremo in a scheme to shrink Big Ben. Freddie, alerted to Messina's nefarious plans, gathers his fellow agents, Daffers and Scotty, together, planning to hide out in Big Ben and surprise the evildoers when they are set to strike at the much-beloved British landmark. 1992.
So that's the synopsis I read last week when you said we probably don't need to watch it now. That was pretty comprehensive.
Yeah. So I guess we're done.
I think that they should have just said this film is a cartoon that we tried to make through a recipe for success, and the story was not relevant. We had a lot of famous people, had a lot of weird songs, had a lot of weird, like, frog sexuality towards misogyny, and in the end, nothing really happened.
Here, hold on. I'm going to get back to my old way. Are you ready for my synopsis?
Hit it.
Okay. So there's this old wizard guy, right? And he's got a little son, and they're both magic. And the dad, he's the king. But then all of a sudden, it's like the Lion King, and his sister, she killed him. She turned into a snake, and then scared him off a horse. He fell off a cliff, and then she turns his son into a frog. And the next thing you know, it's a long time later, and then the frog, he grew up into a regular human-sized person, and everyone. That's fine. That's okay. It's like, I don't know. Maybe it's like World War II. Like maybe it's the 40s or something. And he's got a car, and it's a frog too, and he's a frog. But now he's a French Secret Service. He's French, and then he's working for the British Secret Service. And then there's the snake sister aunt is still around, and she's got a guy who looks just like her. And they're taking all the monuments. They took all the palaces and Big Ben, and then Stonehenge. They took that too, and then. There was Loch Ness Monster. It all ended up okay, though.
Snake, snake, frog, 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 snake, snake,
snake,
frog, 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 frog. Yep, that's pretty much how it went. The movie opens with like a 4-minute montage of a song that says, "I won't be scared of dragons or demons in the night," that just goes on for 4 minutes. They're really, like, I had to look it up. There really is like a Frederick the Great, who ruled from 1740 to 1786, who was not a frog.
France?
This may surprise you.
He's not a frog.
But by the mathematics based
France
on like the time, it's in Scotland. It's in
Scotland.
He starts in Scotland. And then it doesn't make any sense that he ends up being a spy for France. Because he's a Scottish prince.
I don't know did they cover that in the movie?
No,
anyways?
he jumped out of the water and flew to Paris. The frog did.
Well, he was so young, he just picked up the accent.
But
that's fine. No problem. Nothing fishy there. Froggy, nothing.
The magic father fell off a cliff and died, but the son and the aunt, the evil aunt, they live healthily for 250 plus years to the present day, 1992.
Was it 92?
That's when the movie came out. I mean, I assume that's when.
When was it set, though?
Looked like they had some gadgets in the early 90s. I don't know. I still haven't seen a shrink ray. Maybe it was even further in the future.
Could be.
I mean, it was after World War II. Because
are you telling me I blew the synopsis?
No, I think you did great. You just.
But I said it was 1940s.
Oh yeah, no, I don't think it's 1940s. I think.
So I blew it.
You totally ruined it. Like, now people won't have an accurate description of what the film's about.
God damn it! Now nobody knows what's going on.
Yeah.
Shit.
I don't know what's going on, and I watched it.
Well, I mean, it's pretty simple. There's a snake lady, and she turned her nephew, killed her brother, and turned her nephew into a frog, and then.
I mean, they spent a lot of time at the beginning of the film indicating that the whole family's magical, black magic or white magic. They're all magic, and then. The frog only uses his magic to, like, impress women. The father doesn't use his magic to do anything.
What else are you gonna do?
And the aunt, for some reason, is stuck as being a snake until she decides to be a scorpion and then pouts that she's beaten. I don't really understand. Like, couple fun trivia facts about this.
Lay them on us.
So, the title character, F.R.O.7, is a spoof of the code 007. That's not a reach.
Yeah.
But the letter G, which would that go at the end of frog, is the 7th letter of the alphabet.
Look at that.
Look at that. A sequel, Freddie Goes to Washington, was already in the works long before this movie was released. But, shocker, because of the poor performance in the box office, the project was shelved, never to be heard of again.
Don't. Say it ain't so.
It began life in the early 1970s when writer-director John Askvetsky made up the bedtime story about a secret agent frog for his young son. And here's the fun part about this. John never worked again on another project. This is the only thing he's ever done.
Say it ain't so.
Yeah. First and last. This was the dagger in his dream job. So up until, I don't know if you ever saw it, Dusty, my former business partner, and I used to talk about this all the time. In 2008, there was a cartoon called Delgo that was the worst released cartoon on a large scale ever. What they didn't say is the reason it was the worst is because it surpassed the lowest from this one. This had been the worst.
That's funny.
What is kind of it does feel like they built it from a recipe. They're like, all right, Disney's making a lot of money. They have a bunch of songs in their films.
Yep.
They have a bunch of creatures that are like princes or princesses that are cursed somehow, and then there's spies that help them out. We're gonna throw all of that together in our bowl, mix it together, and then it's gonna be a hit. And at no point throughout the whole process did they think, somebody should tell them that this story doesn't make any sense, like even as a cartoon. But that's how it came out. Like there's just they're stealing the monuments. They don't say what they want to do with them. They're stealing all the world's monuments.
It did. No, they said it's to erase the history of the British Isles.
Okay. Sure. Okay. So they want to erase the history of the British Isles. They have El Supremo, and
he looked like a snake too.
So I think that they mimicked Jafar for the evil Snake Queen and El Supremo.
Had Aladdin come out? Must have just, if it did.
Let me look up Aladdin.
It's a race. Let's see who can get there. I'm gonna get you.
1992. So, I mean, it must have. Yeah, it must have been. There's no way that they knew. Like, there's too many similarities. They must have had like artwork or somebody involved in both somehow, because Jafar looks the same as the evil queen.
Yep, that's true.
It's too much of a. Somebody copied somebody else on that. I'm not sure who, but.
I'd imagine these guys copied them.
Well, you'd think so, but Disney has a history of copying other people.
That is a very good point.
I think that Freddie was a terrible driver for someone who should have dominated Frogger.
Well, he didn't have to drive. That thing had a mind of its own.
It did. He just did a terrible job governing it. I liked at the very beginning where he like decides to jump down into the ocean from the castle. He plugs his nose once he's a frog.
Yeah.
I don't understand, like the queen being a giant cobra makes sense. Like that's formidable to kill with, but I don't understand if you can turn into anything, why you would stay as a frog. And then he just grew up. Like they spend this time where he's like in a frog colony, and then he grows inexplicably 6 feet tall. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, he kept that part of his humanity.
But he's like the interaction.
Maybe the other frogs grew up too. We don't know. They don't show the other frogs.
I mean, that's true. But they didn't grow at the same time he did. It wasn't like Godzilla.
They might have. We saw that frog bar, and then we never saw the frogs again. Man, there was that one smoking a cigar, and I thought they were underwater. And I was like, "What the fuck is going on with this?" But
that's true.
They weren't underwater.
Well, and then the other guy was talking underwater. I mean, there's a lot of things that don't make sense even for a frog film, but. Also, even for the 90s, this seemed very misogynistic. Like, I'm afraid I don't have much for the gadgets, but I really like the landing area, and she puts like this gadget on her breast.
Yep.
Like
this
is played by Jenny.
Well.
Yeah, she first meeting, she like flashes him, and he's like, "Ooh la la," and then he's like, "Us frogs are very cold blooded," and she's like, "Oh, I'm sure you're very hot blooded." So.
Yeah. Well, I guess it was. They were going with the 007 aspect, and this did not do a very good job. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not trying to defend it. I don't know what.
Like even for 007,
it was dumb. It was bad. Yeah.
It was bad. It was bad. I also nobody noticed the giant flying snake, or they didn't want to go to the Isle of Worms. That was basically a clamshell secret layer. I don't know. Like I don't even know where to begin on this.
And they somehow had an army of, Nazi.
They had Nazi lookalikes, KKK. Like they did
all those bad groups.
Yeah, they did the weird dancing
Villainous.
scene from The Lion King, with the hyenas with Scar, but this was done much worse. So I really like. There's a lot of weird. The fact that they got people that are famous to voice this is mind-boggling to me.
Ben Kingsley is
the lead Freddie. Like Jenny Agutter, like getting her was like, that's impressive. James Earl Jones is the narrator.
I know it.
Jonathan Pryce. It just
the old High Sparrow himself.
Yeah, it's a head scratcher. It really is.
Do you think they called him the High Sparrow because he was always smoking a little herb?
I think they called him a high sparrow because he thought he was a sparrow. He identifies as a sparrow.
This day and age, okay. Fine by me.
I mean, I would have gone with a magpie, but sparrow, tomato to sparrow.
They're smart. Those magpies are smart. Anyways,
I mean, compared.
Yeah,
to,
I don't know why. What? Go ahead.
I mean, the Black Cauldron gets a lot of shit from like Disney people for being a film that doesn't make a lot of sense. But compared to this film, the Black Cauldron is
goddamn
like,
gold mine.
It's like reading the Once and Future King. Like it's a huge difference.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
And that was, I mean, the book, The Black Cauldron's great. I don't know how you screw a movie like that up. But then I see a film like this, and it literally, it flows like if you have a kid or you're put on the spot to make up a story in the moment. That's how this film flows. It's just like, and then this happened. Oh, and we're going to add a love interest in. And she's going to look like April O'Neil. And she's going to be doing like Krav Maga.
She really did.
Yeah.
She was
they made her like a weird ninja thing.
Those martial arts. She was pretty good at that stuff.
Yeah. And she was really into frogs. Like, and wanted very much so for frogs to be into her. So.
Well, she accomplished that.
I think she did. Yep. Yep.
I just want to know why there's so much goddamn singing in cartoons. What's the fucking deal?
Why there's so much singing?
Singing.
Yeah. No. I mean, so this film's like it says 130 minutes. It's 186 with the link that we watched. I would say that a good 40 minutes of this movie is just random songs that lead to a montage, and the montage is just a loop.
It was pretty terrible. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't. The weird thing is that, like, I get the writer-director, the guy that came up with it, hasn't done much, like, literally hasn't done anything. But his assistant writer, he has, well, he's acted in a bunch of other stuff, I guess. Yeah, that's what it is. He's done a lot of other, he's got a lot of movie credits, but he's only got, like, 5 partial writing credits. So that's the issue. No one on this project was a writer. So...
No, they tried.
They tried. But I think this is what happened. Yeah,
good for them.
Sort of. I feel like so. Yeah. So there are 3 writers. The most that anybody has is like partial writing credit on 5 titles. The other 2, this is their only writing credit. And I think that this is an issue for every filmmaker. If you got one script, don't make that one script. You are not prepared to have people like us tell you that you're terrible. So
shame on you.
Yeah.
Shame on you for letting us get a hold of this, you fools.
You
fools.
This is not good.
No. Boy.
And I was looking forward to it. I really wanted to like this movie. I thought that maybe now we'd found a gem.
Yeah. No. I've kind of given up on it. I'm not going to listen to these stupid synopses anymore. Never again.
Never again. Not today.
If it sounds cool, it's bad. That's
that's
mantra now.
I mean, just it's the residual effects of what's that terrible one? I can never remember the name of. Like the worst we've seen.
Brewster
McCloud. Like that synopsis made it sound like, oh man, this is so the cool. Best. No, been burned too many times.
Yeah, I'm done.
Yep.
Done with these synopses.
Yeah.
I did have a couple of notes.
Hit me.
I thought that maybe the people that did Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cartoons, there was a couple of times, particularly early in London, with the punk crows. It just reminded me of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles quite a bit.
Like crow versions of Bebop and Rocksteady?
Yeah.
I got that impression too.
Yeah. Boy. I was happy that there's a thriving plesiosaur population, Loch Ness monsters. They seem to be doing quite well. Unbeknownst to humans. If you ever need me, just whistle.
I mean, I feel like they should have whistled a lot more.
Yeah. But what are you gonna do? That was pretty much. Oh, the crows dyed their beaks. I thought that was a strange choice.
I mean,
blue one. I can't remember exactly, but blue, purple. I don't know.
The animation.
They dyed their beaks.
Yeah, they did. They were like biker crows. But I mean, they had like if you look at the IMDb listing for this, they have 100 people who helped animate it. Which, I mean, that makes sense. That was a huge undertaking. A feature animated time, especially at that, like in the 90s. Like, that takes a lot of people. But they couldn't add another writer? No. Like, one?
Nope. Didn't need them.
Yeah, I mean, you get movies like this where they're like, yeah, do whatever you want. This is going to be great. And then you hear stories about the studio telling Sylvester Stallone that he can't have rights to Rocky. You know? It's just like, that's weird. It's just weird. So, yeah. Any other notes for you?
Oh, right. Of course, we watched the well-loved Frog, which also starred a French prince turned into a frog. Mm-hmm. Only a actual regular frog, but it could talk telepathically.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
Well, I'm just saying, I don't know why these
frogs are always French. Well, I think they think it's funny because people call Frenchmen frogs.
I've never heard that. Why do they call
It's like a derogatory term for Frenchmen. I don't know why.
I call them the British limeys.
Yeah, and it's usually British people calling them that. So I think that's probably why they're like, oh, this will be a fun inside joke.
Boy, they nailed it 2 times. No,
I mean, I couldn't stop laughing.
Oh, jeez. A frog that's French. Oh, man. 2 times. 2 times on the podcast. Oh.
Yeah, 2 out of 41. I mean, that's a high percentage.
That's pretty good. Not too bad for
5%.
French frogs. Pretty good for French frogs.
Better than a French fry.
Disagree. Well, you ready to rate this old son of a gun, or do you have anything else you want to say?
I have nothing else to say about this.
All right, you go first this time. Go
ahead. So we found a free link on YouTube to watch this on.
Yeah. Go watch it, everyone. It's great. You'll love it. Yeah,
I would say that this movie is, like, if you can't find anything else to watch and you're looking for a cartoon...
go to bed. Go to sleep.
Yeah. I would say, like, this is a free watch or nothing. So I'll rate it based on, like, what do I usually do? 99 cents? $2.99? Should I do $2.99?
$2.99 normally.
I would say, like, for $2.99, if I had spent that on this, like, I wouldn't recommend you spend more than $0.25. Like, if you went to a gumball machine and they had a movie ticket for $0.25, that would be the most. Like, that would be it, $0.25. Or just don't watch it at all. Like, it's not the worst I've seen, which makes it hard, but it's bad. It's real bad.
It's bad. Yep.
And it's bad. Like, this is a spy movie, and I'm telling you, it's garbage.
It's tough for you to say. Tough for you to admit. You love that stuff.
Yep.
Okay, here I go.
Hit it.
You got one choice, boy. Sex or the saw.
It's back. Could you hear it?
Oh, I could hear.
Okay. Sex or the saw. We're going to give it the saw. We're going to cut off each limb. We're going to
cook up some frog legs?
Skin the torso alive. Yeah, we're going to cook up the frog legs. This is all in relation to a frog. We're going to cut off the tongue and then hold a fly just in front of its face, but because its tongue's not there, he can't get it. And then we're going to cauterize all the wounds and keep him alive.
So you're gonna eat his legs with Daffer, with his girl. While you steal his gal, and you both eat a leg.
That's right.
I get a kick out of that. Yep. Totally appropriate.
Oh, you're really laughing about it.
Yeah. Laughing on the inside.
I'll take it. Who am I? Who am I to
Right
not
on.
take that? Okay. So yeah, everyone go check it out. It's great. We love it. Two Boys, One Podcast approved. And let us know what you think.
I totally pooped that.
Pooped. If that's what I said, yeah, poop it or approved.
Yep.
That's what we do. Send your comments to Corner of Aft and Aft and go fuck yourself. And okay, Zeke, question for you.
Hit me.
You ready to choose your death?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So I told you I was a little tired of all these fancy synopsises fucking with us. So I chose a couple that I've actually seen and I like, and at least compared to what we've been seeing, you should agree with me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, through Billie Whiteclaw, who played Messina, the Scorpion/Cobra Queen, we have Dark Crystal. On another planet, in a distant past, a Gelfling embarks on a quest to find the missing shard of a magical crystal and so restore order to the world. So, Jim Henson, have you seen it?
I have not seen Dark Crystal.
Yeah, I didn't think you had. That's an 82. And then through James Earl Jones, we have Judge Dredd. In a dystopian future, Joseph Dredd, the most famous judge, in parentheses, a police officer with instant field judiciary powers, in parentheses, is convicted for a crime he did not commit and must face his murderous counterpart.
I haven't seen that either.
95. I figured you probably hadn't. I'm happy to hear that. And finally... Shit, did I lose it? I lost it. Give me a second. It's called The Bush Baby. Victor Mad. There we go. Just go with those two. Fuck The Bush Baby.
The Bush Baby?
Which one do you want? Do you want to know about The Bush Baby?
I mean, I'm happy to choose between these two. They both seem like something that we would watch. Have you seen both of them?
Yeah, I sure have.
Do you have a preference? Is there one that you hope I pick?
Yeah, but I'm happy with either, so I'm not gonna tell you because I know we influence each other that way.
I think that so Billie Whiteclaw, you said was the guy's name?
Yeah,
And
I think it's a gal. It's a gal.
Who did she play?
Messina.
What
are you doubting me?
No, not at all. I was just trying to remember who they were.
Yeah, she's the damn sister.
Oh, that's right. No, she's the aunt.
What? Well, it depends on who. I was talking about a different character.
You're talking about the king's sister.
Yeah, that's right.
She's the giant cobra snake.
Yeah, Cobra Snake, Scorpion. Yep.
All right.
And James Earl Jones.
I mean, I do like me some James Earl Jones.
Well, let me look at that. I'm not sure how big of a role he plays. I don't recall him in it at all, to tell you the truth.
You know, I'd be happy to see both.
Yeah, we'll flip a coin or something.
Well, I think
I think
I'm gonna pick. I just need to make sure because we ran into some issues with Henson before, right? When we had to figure out who was actually eligible to be in it, to move on from.
I mean, it was just a quick conversation. We just agreed anyone in costume or voice was fine.
Okay, and it'd be the same here, if I picked that.
Yeah, for sure. Well, let's take a look at little Dark Crystal here.
Yeah, I think I want to see Dark Crystal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that good
that
or
was
bad?
The one. That was the one I wanted. Yep.
Good. Well, then I want to see that.
Okay.
So Billie Whiteclaw.
Yep. I'll write it down too.
Messina. Dark Crystal. That'll be the next podcast. So thanks everybody for listening to this gem.
It's been real.
It's been too real.
I think this week I actually have to insert a new tagline. So I've got to say, always remember, don't be a sucker. It's been a slice. And if you ever need us, just whistle.
Yes. Nessie.
2 boys.
Okay, love you, bye.
The portions of today's broadcast that you actually enjoyed are brought to you in whole by...
Are you feeling down about down? Lackluster about polyester? Under the weather about your pleather? Well, turn that frown upside down. This is where the wool hits the road and clings to your back. Our new straight shear will bring all those doe-eyed deers to your door. You'll be looking at ewes in a whole new light and wardrobe. And they'll be looking at you thinking, "Hey, cardigan man," in their heads, because sheep don't speak English. I don't know if you knew that. Get sheared, baby. It's a whole new ewe. Oh, baby, you'll be feeling it. Zeke, you don't know how to write. And then what was it I was supposed to say? I forgot already. This is all pretty good. You should probably just keep it all.